Where's my... Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and my very first live. And I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see the chat, so give me just a second and see if I can figure this out. I can see where it says open the conversation, but it won't let me open it. That's not good. Let's see. Nope. There we go. Hey Lori, thank you for being here. Okay, I think I found the chat. I think I've chat now. I just need to make sure y'all can hear me. I think you can. I saw a heart go flying by. Yay! Thank you, Lori, for helping me out. it's only fitting that you're here helping me because you're kind of the reason I'm even doing this. I had for those of y'all that are watching, thank you and welcome in. I have started watching Lori's little bit of crafting and kind of a late night live that she does. And I just fell in love with it. So if y'all don't know Late Night Lori or Lori's Little Bit of Crafting, she's in the chat with us. Y'all follow her. She goes live, I think it's at midnight Central Standard Time. So she's one of our late night crafters. But because of her and a couple other people I've seen doing lives, I thought, you know what, this is so much fun. I want to get in on it. So here I am. I wanted to share a project with y'all tonight, and the whole reason I'm doing this is I love to craft. I've got a lot of things that I like to make, and I think we can always learn from each other and share with each other. Oh, I even see my husband's in the chat. Thank you, baby. Charles Jones, the redneck nerd, he's in there with us. Glad he's watching. He's supposed to be taking care of the cats, so we'll see. If the cats start throwing a fit, he may have to bail. But I've got Card Club that I'm in here in Central Arkansas, and April is the first weekend in April is our meeting, and I wanted to do a little Easter gift for everybody. So I thought, let me just see if I can do this on live. So this is my first experience. This is what I'm going to be doing. Let me see if I can get this up where I can make sure I'm in screen here. See where my screen is. There we go. So this is just a simple little... Oh, there's a time delay. That's going to mess me up. This is a simple little Easter craft, and it's just a tag with a jelly bean prayer. Let's see if I can get it over here. Which way am I going? Hope I don't make y'all seasick figuring all this out. I'll probably figure it out about the time I'm done. But it's just a little jelly bean prayer, and it goes on a bag of jelly beans. And I've actually made this into a printable for y'all out on my Ko-Fi page, coffee page. I need to figure out how to say that. So I've made a simple little printable. It's my first attempt at that as well. But it's a full page of the jelly bean prayer with kind of a background, a jelly bean background that you can print. Within that same document, there's also just a larger jelly bean background in case you want to use it. Maybe print it back to back so you've got kind of that dual layer piece. Totally up to you. But then I also gave you just a page of the plain jelly bean prayer by itself. So if you want to just print that, you can. However you want to use it. I've kind of done several things because I'm not sure what I'm going to end up doing tonight. So I've got the plain one printed on white paper, but then I also went and printed it on some of my colored cardstock, some lighter cardstock that I'm going to try cutting out to see if that works as well. So if any of y'all want to craft along with this is a freebie out in my coffee page. You can look in the description for my channel, and you can see the link to the coffee page, and it's a free download for y'all. Download and printable. The only other thing I pulled to kind of work tonight is some different colored cardstock, just different Eastery spring colors that I need to use up. Kind of pulled it out of my stash. And then some ribbon. And I just kind of went through my ribbon and pulled up a selection that just looked like Easter colors to me. I've got a couple that I really want to try to use because I think they really are good for this project. And then I also wanted to share with y'all my ribbon holder. If y'all have not seen how to make these or how to use these, I did this with a Dollar Tree tray, and then I just took a dowel rod and some binder clips. I popped off the little metal, I guess, latch pieces of the binder clips and glued them onto the tray. You can see that there. And glued one on each end, made sure that my dowel rod would fit between them. And then I just used 2 little binder clips to hold the dowel rod. So I can slip the dowel rod off, put my ribbon on there, whatever I'm going to be using for my projects. And then I've got a great way to kind of corral my ribbon and it's not just laying all over the place. So that's one of my favorite things in my craft room, because I do use ribbon a lot. And then I do have a rubber band kind of around the bottom to hold them in case I need to. So that's my ribbon holder. But that's what I pulled out for this project. Let me see. Let me pull my chat up here. Welcome in, everybody. I'm just figuring out how to see who all's here. But when you pop in, feel free to say hi in the chat. Love to hear from you, know who's with us. And we're just going to kind of get started. Like I said, I'm just playing around tonight. I need to make these little gift bags, and so I thought I'd just do them as part of this live. The other thing I forgot to mention, these are the gift bag, the little candy bags that I'm using. I'm having a hard time lately finding good-sized bags to use for things. They're either really, really great big or these little bitty tiny ones. And so I'm struggling to find a good medium-sized candy bag, even in Hobby Lobby. Now, I don't have a lot of craft stores. I've got a Hobby Lobby and a Michael's. And I don't know if they're just selling out or if they're not stocking them like they used to. But I got these at Walmart, and they're called pretzel bags. And so they're a pretty decent size. I also like that they were kind of tall and skinny, which kind of matches my tag a little bit. So that's what I'm using. But you, of course, could use any kind of little bag that you want. If you wanted to give someone a whole bag of jelly beans, if it's a special person and you're making it for their Easter basket, that'd be cool too. So let me start off here. I've played with this a little bit, and I really like how this looks to cut this out and put it on a colored cardstock. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. And pull out my trimmer. So as y'all come in, introduce yourself. Tell me where you're from. Love to know where y'all are from. Or if you don't want to tell us that, tell us how long you've been crafting or what kind of crafts you like to do. I pretty much do any craft. My craft room is full of everything. Cut a few of these out. I sized the tag itself, the poem itself, to be a 2x2 strip, or not 2x2, a 2-inch strip. And it could even be a little bit wider depending on how you wanted to work with it. But I kind of planned it as a 2-inch strip, 2¼ inch strip maybe. And I didn't get that one centered very well. See if I can retrim it. Take it down a little bit more. There we go. And so I'm using my trimmer, but I've also pulled out some of like my decorative scissors. You could trim around it as well, kind of give a different border to it if you wanted to. Some of this will depend on who you're making it for. I know I'm making it for a group of ladies who might actually keep it. They kind of keep all the little goodies that we give each other. So I'm trying to be a little fancy with it. Hey, Alley Cat. Thank you for being here. We are, I don't know if I can put it where y'all can see it. This is going to be this is what we're working on, this little jelly bean creative here. there's my paper. I lost my stack of craft paper for a minute. I think I really like the pinks and the greens. So I'm going to, and the purples. I'm going to kind of go for those first. I'm not much of a yellow person. I'm more of the kind of jewel tones when it comes to stuff like this. So those are the colors I'm going to go for right now. Let me cut out some of those. I need to get 4 made tonight because my friends that I used to work with, my colleagues, we've all retired now, and so we get together and go celebrate each other's birthdays, and tomorrow we're going to celebrate one of our birthdays, and so I want to take them a little Easter gift too. I might not get to see them again before Easter. I'll cut these a little bit wider. I'm going to cut this at 2.5 till I see for sure the size I want, and then 4 I think is what the length I was doing. Let's see, yeah, 8.5 by 11, so 4 1/4. That'll give it a nice little square. Where are my poems here? I do have, y'all will see through most of my crafting stuff, I really like Stampin' Up! Stuff. I've got a lot of things from a lot of different companies, but I really love Stampin' Up! Punches, and I only use Stampin' Up! Paper and ink. I've gotten rid of everything else out of my craft room. Oh, how did you finally find me, Allie? Did you just have to search for it, or did it not notify you? Okay, this little punch is kind of seen better days. It's not wanting to punch so good right now. Yay, Stampin' Up! I have a lot of vintage stuff. I say vintage because it is old. And I love my old Stampin' Up! Stuff. I use it all the time for everything. So I'm going to have to get used to putting everything in the frame. This is kind of what I'm working on. That was a 2 1/4 inch pink, and I think that's too big. I'm going to take it back down to 2. I think we were right the first time. And I'm just going to see if I can snip it instead of, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and glue it together, and then I will trim off what I don't need, because I want to kind of get one put together. And you can round the corners on these. Y'all know you can ink them. I love to do junk journaling, and so my first thought when I do anything like this is to ink the edges. But I did that on the first ones, and it just didn't, I don't know, it didn't look right on this, since it's not kind of that grungy feel. Let's see. I'm just going to snip off some of this extra border, too much for me, and then mimic my angle there. There we go. I wish I'd rounded those, because I kind of want to round the, I'll do that. I'll do that on the next one. That's the fun part, is they don't all have to match. I did pull out my crocodile to punch the hole once I put the tag together, and that I got to put up to my face to be able to see. If y'all are in my generation, you're getting used to having to wear glasses and the bifocals and put everything in different perspective to be able to see it. Hey, Juju. Oh, yeah. I think I may do 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, mostly because that's good. That's good for me. That kind of works with my schedule. And yeah, Lori, that's a good, I do probably need to sharpen this. It's a good old punch. It probably could do with some, a few layers of aluminum foil. I need to do that. Okay, let me pull out another little piece of ribbon here. I think I'm going to use the polka dot. I think I'm going to make all my tags and then fill the bags and try to put them on there, because y'all don't have to watch me fill bags. But I will tell you, as small as those bags are, when I filled this one, I had to make myself a little funnel. Let me fill one and I'll show you what I'm talking about. They're really narrow. I mean, they're a good size for this project, but they're hard to work with and fill. So I just took me a long piece of scrap paper. This is just scrap cardstock, and put it in a V so that it can fit down in there. And then I can put in some of my jelly beans. And I do have, let's see, let me get them over here closer. Because people are going to be eating these, and I always hate handling stuff, I do have a spoon that I'm using to kind of dip them in. So not everyone worries about that, but I do. I teach food safety classes. I'm a certified Serve Safe instructor, and so I always think about using my hands for stuff. And when I tried to use just the spoon earlier, I kept getting more outside of it than went down in it. It needs a little bit more too. I'd also planned to use my webcam instead of my phone, but my webcam wasn't lining up. Like it looked like it was out of sync or something. It wasn't working very well. So I may have to get a new webcam. That's right, Juju. These that come out, that fell out, that I touched with my hands, I have to eat those. And I have to fight my husband off of them. He's already said he gets the leftover jelly beans. He wants those in his Easter basket. Yep, bifocals. I did buy a pair of those magnifying glasses, craft glasses. I'm going to have to get used to them, but I think those might work for me. Let's see. And then this ribbon doesn't tie very well. I actually think this came from Dollar Tree. So I'm not sure how well it's going to tie. It's a little stiff. And I'm not good with bows either. The lady who runs our card club, I mean, you could give her a piece of baling wire and she would tie a beautiful bow out of it. She can tie anything into a bow. And so she makes us try for a little while, but if it gets to the point that we're about to mess up the ribbon from tying and untying too much, she'll come tie bows for us. So we've all made the pact in our club that we're not going to try to compete with her bows. We're just going to be happy if there's a bow tied. So there's that one. I think that's cute with that polka dot ribbon. That might be my favorite. And then I like the pink. I'm kind of a pinky girl. Let's see. Change the orientation when you set up your phone for the live. So when I do my webcam, is that what you're talking about, Lori? I didn't play around with it. I didn't have enough time to play around with it too much, but y'all may see me pop on for lives in the next couple of days as I'm trying to figure this all out. Hopefully I'll get it figured out. Yeah, my phone is what I've got up now. And hopefully it's working right. Can y'all see everything okay? Does everything look right? But there's a couple of them. Let's see. I want to try one with the printed. Ah, gotcha. I may need to try that too. I said I'm not a big yellow person, but the yellow is one of the colors light enough to print on, so I'm going to try it. See if I can get it down. And for those of y'all that came in a little bit after I started talking, this printable with the jelly bean prayer and the paper, all the printables that I'm working with, I have them out in my coffee page, and they're a free download for you to commemorate my first live. So y'all feel free to jump out there and download them and use them for your own crafting as well. Let's see. I didn't put grid lines on to help print them. That might have been a good idea. I don't know how much y'all have heard me say when I've been in your lives or been around and stuff, but um, I'm a retired teacher, so I'm really good at making like worksheets and printables and things like that. It's just getting getting the templates out there on coffee, or making sure they're usable for crafts. That's a little bit different too for me. My background is family and consumer science, and I do a lot with mental health. So a couple nights ago, one of our friends in Juju's in Craft on the Back 40 in Juju's a live, she was talking about how she was getting ready to go to the doctor, and she had all these things she wanted to talk to the doctor about, but she couldn't remember, and she was trying to take notes. So I went to my mental health background and pulled out, actually went and created a doctor's visit page to help her. And so it's also out there on my coffee page as a free download if y'all want to get that. But that's kind of the stuff I may wind up making more, is more of the like mental health journals and planners. I do that with my classes. We talk about mental health and how to work out anxiety and stress and all that. So that may be a lot of what I start trying to do on YouTube, is kind of helping work through crisis response in people. Help share some understanding to help everyone get through a crisis. Now let's see. Do I want to use the printed paper? I don't know. That's not doing it for me. What do y'all think? Do y'all like the printed paper? Or do we want to just layer it with another color of cardstock? That might be kind of cute. Let's see. Do I have pink and purple? That might be cute. Both? Which one did you like? Layer it on the pink, then on the print. Ooh. Ooh, Lori's getting all fancy on us out here now. Do you think the print should maybe be on the back side of the pink, or just layer it like this? That's cute. Yeah, I like that. Let's work with that. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to trim that down again as well, but let's glue it on and see where we're working. And I did remember to round these corners this time. Yeah, she's going to double mat it. She says, we ain't got time for single mats. This is Easter. We're doing something special here. And I don't know if y'all use these little brayers. I found this one at Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite things. When I glue, especially cardstock to cardstock, running it over it, I just think it makes it flatter and makes it stick better. I just love that little brayer for when I glue, especially cardstock to cardstock. Let me trim this again because I got that a little bit big. I'm going to have to figure out my dimensions. And let's see, where's my quarter rounder? Let's round these corners on this one. And then let's do let's see if this is, looks like our pink layer is 2 1/4. So maybe make this 2 1/2 or 3. Let's start with 3. You can always go smaller. Always go smaller. Oh, I got Wink Stella. I got some Wink Stella. I can doctor it up. I am so excited, Lori, for those new glittery pens that you've been showing from the new ink colors. I am so excited. Yes, use up this paper. Let's see, I just got to put it this way. And this is now, let's see, this is 4 Let's make this 4.5. Yeah, I'm all about a little bit of shine and glitter. And most of the cards and things that I make, I end up mailing. So I have to keep everything pretty flat. So I like the Winkastella and kind of glittery stuff. Let's see. Oh, we'll cover up my jelly beans. I need to get those jelly beans closer. What do you think? Does it still look good with that layer on it? Yes, they are. Winkastella on steroids. Yeah, let's see. Let's glue that one down. Let's see how it's going to work. Let me trim off a little bit more of the pink so that the colored beans show. And I do not believe that crafts have to be perfect. Everything I do is made with love and imperfections and cat hair. And so if people aren't into that, they might have to go find another channel. I always tell everybody the only thing that doesn't come with cat hair is my food, because I keep my cats out of the kitchen. But they come in my craft room, and goodness, they love to get, if it's gluey or sticky, they're going to be right up in it. So all my stuff comes with love and cat hair. There we go. The way those jelly beans lined up, if I put it too far, they covered them all up, and all you were left with was white. So I was trying to center it on the jelly beans. And then we can trim it off a little bit. There we go. That is cute. And you're right. Use up that paper, because, Lordy, I've got a stash of it. I have got a stash of it. There we go. That's cute. Let's see. You think the pink ribbon to match the pink trim? I think that'll look cute. We're going to go with it. Let's see. Let's put both of them through. So, Allie, I'm just now seeing your comments. I'm sorry. I'm not used to scrolling back and forth. So, Allie said she thought I was going on at 7. And it did notify her about 8. So, okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to notify people. I didn't see a way for me to, like, tell it to notify people. But I think 8 o'clock is going to kind of be my time frame. That works really good for me after supper and before bed. And then that gets me on and off before Miss Juju takes the airwaves at 10, and then Miss Lori comes in at midnight. There we go. That's cute. I like that double mat. Like that double mat. Let's see. Let's do another one like that. Notification should happen automatically if people are subscribed. Okay. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of people subscribing in the last couple weeks. I've got one video out there on how to fill a glue bottle. I did it on how to fill like my these glue bottles and the little mini glue bottles, and like it's got, I don't know, like 32,000 views or something. I don't even know. It's wild how many people have watched it, and it kind of cycles through, and every once in a while I will get maybe 20 or 30 subscribers just from that one video with comments and stuff. So it's kind of hitting its cycle again. It's picking back up and people are watching it, and so I'm getting those people joining. Let's see. picking this up like I'm going to put it away. I just need to leave it sitting here for a few minutes. I do have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, paper trimmer, but I struggle with those flat ones. I'm more of a guillotine girl. I like the guillotine. Whoops, I got that one crooked. Well, it's even it up. This reminds me of my teaching days and back in school when we had those great big wonk paper cutters that take a hand off. Okay, I got that one too crooked. I got to try it again. Got to go again. That does not look even. Good thing I printed a whole bunch of these. Got different options here. I keep thinking this is supposed to be a 2-inch strip, but I'm struggling. There we go. That's right. That's a 2-inch strip, and that's centered really good. I knew that was right. And then 4 1/4. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Let's round this one again. Where's my corner rounder? Those might be scheduled posts. Let's put up that they are going live. I don't, Allie, that might be something Lori could help us with, because I think I've seen her scheduled before. Maybe not. Maybe it was Juju. But yeah, I've never paid attention to how to do all that stuff, but I'll have to figure it out now. Let's see. Purple. That's a little bit. A little bit wide. I think I'm going to try putting the paper, this paper on the back of it. Maybe kind of decorate the back up a little bit. Let's do, what have I got here? Scrolling through my paper. That was pink. Let's see if I can do this green. I like the purple and green. I just make a post if it only. Oh, so just instead of promoting it, they just make a post that their live's coming. I have seen how to do that. I just haven't tried it yet. 4, let's see if that's 4 1/4. Let's do this as 4 1/2. And then, well, I've got this out. Let me go ahead and do, if that was 4 1/2, then let me try this one at 5. Probably just 3 1/4 on me. But I'll do 5 to give me room to trim. And then it is 2, and then this one is 2 1/4, so this should be 2 3/4. But again, I want to go big because that print, I want to have plenty of room to kind of work it around and get that print on there pretty. Now let's see if we can do this one. What are some of the things that y'all like in your craft room? Like some of your favorite tools or items that you use? Oh, that kind of looks cool. The way the paper's looking together in real life, there's like almost like a blue halo around the purple where the green's matching it. That looks really cool. Let's see. I probably could have waited and rounded that once I got this on it. Let's see. Oh yeah, take your pick tool. That's a good one. That's really handy. I find myself reaching for that more and more as I get used to it. Sometimes it's muscle memory. You know, what do you reach for? There we go. Now that one's got the front and the back. See, that's the spacing on the jelly beans. I could have scooted that over a little bit more and not had that blank space, but that's okay. It's not perfect. It's handmade. The silicone mat, yep. I've got mine sitting back here, kind of just off the edge of my glass mat, because the white ink holder that came with the glass mat doesn't fit back there between my mat and the wall. And so that little silicone mat, mine's from Stampin' Up. I think the one I saw you had, I think it was from Dollar Tree. And those are really handy too. They're a little bit bigger. They're a good size. Okay. Make sure I got that smooth. There we go. And then I didn't pull any green ribbon. That purple looks pretty cute. We can do purple. Yeah. I've got a lot of stuff in my room from Dollar Tree. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. Some of it's, you know, that was a learning experience. That was $1 I learned, but a lot of times their stuff can turn out to be pretty handy, pretty useful. There. That one's pretty. I've got a friend who likes purple, so I know she's going to like that one. I'll make sure she gets that one. That's a cute one. So there's the 4 I definitely need for tomorrow. And then I'm just going to sit here and keep on making. If y'all want to hang out and stick with me. If y'all got other things to do, I certainly understand. But I just like hanging out in my craft room and having people with me. And I don't have to clean the rest of the house for y'all to come hang out with me in a YouTube live. Growing up, my mom would always say we couldn't have company because the house wasn't clean. And I never understood that, because I always thought our house was fine, you know. But when it's your house and you feel like people are looking at you or judging you, yeah, you got to have your house a certain way before you let people over. Let's see. There we go. So like I said, this printable is out there on that coffee page. And if you do it, you might just pay attention to, you know, I didn't think about spacing it, but when I'm cutting the, get back down here where y'all can see it maybe. When I'm cutting them, I'm having to watch the top to make sure I don't get it too close. So one of them you got to cut, you can't just cut it half in the page. You got to kind of adjust to make sure you get room for that hole at the top. Now I'm just going to trim them off even. They're the same size. I'll get better at making those printables. I think that's fun. Yeah, not having to clean. Yeah, Juju, you'll have to tell us what you stole from your husband so we know what to go look for in our husband's toolboxes. Oh, Allie, that's a good idea. Your diamond dots for embellishments, like your leftovers after a kit. That's a good idea. That's a really good use for them in your cards and stuff. I love doing diamond painting. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to reach for a different tool because these are not coming out at the right size to be able to put in my punch. So I think it was the ginger cat lady, Pam, I think's her name. I watched her one night and she pulled out this piece of credit card that she had trimmed. And I was like, what have you done? I was like, what is that? And she told me she just took a old credit card and trimmed off the corners to be a template for. So I did the same thing. I found this flyer or, promotional thing that came in the mail. It's like credit card thick. And I just measured each corner to be 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, or 1 inch, depending on how big I'm making stuff. So I'm just going to use my template here. And I know y'all have seen the trick about just saving that little piece and flipping it over and using it to recreate your corners. That's a good tip too. Oh, the Herculean heat gun. Yeah, Allie, those diamond dots come in every color. And if you do those kits, they give you quite a bit. You get enough extras that you can do quite a few things with them. We'll go ahead and trim off the other ones while I'm here. This is one of the things I forget when I'm doing layers. Oops, I messed that one up. Is to do like the trimmings first, to do a corner or around the edges or something. I forget to do it on my layers, and then I'm done, and I'm thinking if I round the whole thing, then I don't get the same effect. So I have to remind myself when I'm doing layers to round the layers as I go. Yeah, my husband stole my heat gun once to go out, and our pipes had frozen, and so he was having to go out and turn off the water at the main, and the little lid over the water main was frozen shut. So he took my heat gun, embossing heat gun, and went out there was using it, and I told him, I said, you better make sure that gets back in my craft room. Oh, let's see. What goes with yellow? I think I like the pink. The pink with yellow. We'll do those too. I know when Juju and Lori go on, they usually go for like 2 hours. I'm thinking I might only do an hour tonight. That might be the extent that I can. That might be a good first time. So, Allie, are you going to do lives now? Have we drawn you into the cult? Let's see. Allie's is a retired auto mechanic. Yeah, you'll have to start taking some of his stuff for ransom to make sure he brings it back to you. Make sure he brings it back to you. Let's see. I'm kind of kind of getting smart. I'm not going to have to measure each one of these. I think I'm learning that I can just kind of glue them on and then trim around is maybe as good a plan as any. Yay, Allie's going to join the cult. So we were all YouTube addicts. We can blame Lori and Juju for starting it all. Allie, I went back and saw a couple of your videos. You do really pretty cards and stuff. I like what you've been doing. So yeah, it's just as easy once you've got the layer, the first layer, to just go ahead and glue them down and then figure it out. Then just trim them off. When I do these kind of mass makes, it's usually the last 4 or 5 where I'm like, I've got my system down and they're just moving fast. The first ones go a little slow. I'll use the rounder on this. Oh, I can do that one on the end. I think I think Lori's got me on the triple layer. I think I'm going to layer this one. If I can center it and get the pretty jelly beans around it. Tuesdays at 7 Central. That would be a good time. We watch Oak Island. Are any of y'all Oak Island fanatics? And it comes on at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. So I'm not going to do lives on Tuesdays. I got to go watch my TV show. I'm going to have to get me a new corner rounder. That one I've had forever, and I've actually sharpened it with tin foil, and it's still not doing very well. Let's see. Oh, forgot to trim off the top of it. There we go. See, I really like that Easter egg ribbon with that. I think it matches the paper, so I'm going to be using that a lot. I'm gonna have to make myself keep things under the camera. I do a lot of sewing, and I always joke that I need left and right tattooed on my hands, and then check the bobbin. If y'all sew, you know, we always run out of bobbin. I need to check the bobbin, and there was something else I was going to put on this. Anyway, somewhere I'm going to have to put one that says, stay under the camera. now that I'm seeing these tags compared to these, I kind of like the thinner ones. I think the thinner ones are a little bit cuter. I may go back to kind of some of this style, because to get that border, I don't know, that's not working for me. I'm gonna y'all may have to play with that and show me how you're doing that if you're going to do the triple mats. Let's see. I do want to come back and do a couple more of these on the printed ones. Have a good mixture of them all. I do need a bigger bag of goodies. I swear the only bags I could find were either the little bitty ones, kind of, you know, just yay big, or the great big ones that would almost hold a full bag of jelly beans. The town I'm in is not a small town. I mean, we're actually a pretty big town for Arkansas. If y'all have never been to Arkansas, we're a very rural state. And we're just outside of Little Rock, which is our capital city, which is, you know, I don't know if it's the biggest city anymore, but, you know, everything, Little Rock's got everything. But Conway is really a big town, but it just seems like we don't have the same stuff in our stores. Like I said, we've got the Michaels and the Hobby Lobby, but it just doesn't seem like we have the same stuff. And I'm just struggling to find the treat bags like I used to. I used to do a lot of candy and stuff when I worked in an office. I'd always take gifts at the holidays to my office staff. So I know there's not what there used to be. You been to Conway? Allie, it's in my Ko-fi. Is that how you pronounce it? If you go to the description of my channel, I didn't figure out how to put anything in the description of the video, but if you go to the description of my channel, there's the Ko-fi link, and there's 2 free downloads out there. What do I want to do with this one? What colors have we not done? We did the purple. Looking to see if I've got some different colors. Okay, yeah. Here's a blue. Let's do a blue. A couple blues. I like that one better. Or that one. Ooh. I think I like that one. So, where were you that you were down here all the time, Juju? You said your hubby and you would come to Conway to the movies and stuff. Where were you? Are you from Arkansas? Let's see. Oh, 3 hours. Gotcha. Let's see. Mississippi Delta. Gotcha. So when I worked for the state, I traveled down all along the Delta. That was my area, and I love it down there. It's, you know, it's impoverished. But the people down there are just so sweet and nice, and I just love going down there. Yeah, if y'all make any of these tags, I'd love to see what you come up with. I'd love to see y'all's creations. Because we can all take the same, you know, idea, it's even the same materials, and come up with something totally different. Totally different. See, now that's thick again. I think I'm just going to have to trim them thinner. Where's my punch? No, that's not the right blue. We're going to go back to our cute little jelly bean ribbon. Sweet, nice, and poor. That's why we get along so well. Oh, the poem, it says Jelly Bean Prayer. Let's see if I can get it up here for you. It says, red is for the blood he gave, green is for the grass he made, yellow is for the sun so bright, orange is for the edge of night, blue is for the skies he made, white is for the grace he gave, purple is for his hour of sorrow, pink is for our new tomorrow. A bag full of jelly beans so colorful and sweet is a prayer, is a promise, is a special treat. That's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. So now I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to trim it down because I see the one that I like is much thinner. I've gotten heavy-handed on how I'm cutting them. So I'm going to trim it back down to what was that 2 inches that it kind of planned it to be. There we go. That's a little tight. I've seen this this jelly bean prayer. I've seen it I've seen it a lot of places. So I don't know who it belongs to. When I was looking for it, I found several different versions on on Pinterest and Etsy and all those different places, but I never could find anyone that like claimed the ownership of the poem. And being in education, I've had to learn copyright laws. And so one of the things that I'm fairly confident of is as long as I'm not selling it and I'm not claiming it as my own, then it's pretty much okay to put it out there like I have. And especially if you can't readily find a copyright on it or trademarks or anything where someone's claimed it as their property. So oh, that's awesome, Allie. Yeah, this would be great for the kids. I don't know if you heard me. I'm making them for some friends I'm going out with tomorrow, and then for our card club, which is the first weekend in April. So I've got to make, let's see, there's 16 in card club, so I got to make a total of 20. But I just need 4 for tomorrow, which I've got back there. So I'm good. I'll get the rest made. I'm having to bring this up close because once I use the this punch, the angle punch, and it puts the hole in it, I want to try to hit that same hole. And so I got to pull it up to my face to make sure I can see the teeth and where it's going. I had it marked how deep it needed to go, but that doesn't really fit all the time. So let's see. Do I want to put... I do like the idea of the paper on the back. I think I'm going to do that. Let's see. I want that to go right here. I'm trying to position it so that I'll have a cute back on it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe the printables will be easy for you and you might not have to spend so much time backing them or something. Maybe you can figure out a cute way to print them. I did think about, instead of this paper, I was going to just look through my Stampin' Up! Stuff and see if I had some pastel papers that would be pretty. But then I really kind of wanted something to match this if I was using them together. So that's why I went ahead, when I made that background, I just went ahead and duplicated it made it bigger for a backing piece if you wanted it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I kind of think I'm liking them better thinner. So we've not used the Easter Bunny yet. I don't think we'll use it. That's cute. Cute, cute, cute. And I've got this one laying over here that I think I'm just going to put this on the back of it. I've lost my little rolly tool already. I've got this sign in my craft room that says crafting is the art of, let's see, what does it say? Crafting, the art of searching for items you had 2 seconds ago. And that is, oh, my motto. I can lose stuff in my hand. Like, it can be in my hand and I'm wondering where it's at. On the blue tag, let's see, on the blue tag, yes, it's Dollar Tree ribbon. Were y'all in here when I showed my ribbon holder and the ribbon that I pulled out? Yeah, make that round corner. I like that with the backing on it. I think that finishes it off nice. I like that. Let's see. Go. And this one, I'm gonna go with the yellow. Yeah. Yeah, it adds something to it. And I'm not one of those people that expect someone to like save my crafts forever. I know there's some things I make that people will hang on to, but I fully understand if these get thrown away after Easter, and it does not hurt my feelings at all. So I will put some time into them and make them look nice, but I don't feel like I'm creating the Mona Lisa with every one of my tags. That's not me. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep going with these. I'm liking these. You're right, Lori. The time does go fast. It's already 9 o'clock, and I was thinking, oh, I hope I make it to 9 o'clock. So I don't want to bring the group down or make y'all sad, but I do want to share this because it's on my heart. So I've got a lot of friends, but none of them are as crazy about crafting as I am. Like I've got a couple that sew, and I've got one girl that does needle felting, and I've got friends that crochet and all that stuff, but nobody is just banana crazy over crafting like I am. And I had one friend who was, and she was literally, if I said, "Hey, do you want to make?" she said yes before she ever knew what I was talking about. She was like me. She did all the crafts. She sewed, she knitted, she crocheted, she did paper crafts. She was really into vinyl and Cricut, and like from the moment we met, we were almost like the Bobbsey twins. We just hit it off and we're great together. She had some mental health issues, and she actually took her own life a couple years ago. And since then, I have been really struggling with finding joy in crafting with other people. One, because I don't have a lot of people to craft with, but then two, it's always like that just makes me miss her a little bit more. So I don't know, this YouTube thing, she would have eaten it up. She would have had all the fun. She would have been the first one on here. She'd have been helping me figure it out. And so I kind of feel like this is an homage to her. Like she would enjoy this. So I'm enjoying it because I think about her and it's good memories. Oh yeah. Yep, Juju, you are a prolific, is that the right word? Prolific journaler. You got them all over the place. That's awesome. Thank you, Lori. That's very sweet of you. Like I said, I deal a lot in the mental health field. And so I understand suicide and working with people who are, have mental health struggles and all that. So I feel like I dealt with the situation pretty well, but every once in a while her memory pops up and it's just makes you a little raw. But I just miss her. Oop. There we go. I need to get me another pair of long bladed scissors. I had a really good, I think it was like a 10-inch pair. They were really long. They were perfect. And I lost them a couple years ago when we moved. And I keep thinking I'm going to find them, but they haven't shown up yet. So I may just have to bite the bullet and get me another good pair of long bladed scissors. It makes cutting those long strips really easy. Nope, fit there. So, Lori, do you have a plan for your live tonight? I know you usually have kind of a goal or an idea of what you're doing. Juju kind of gets on there and freestyles. She makes up stuff on the fly. I go quiet when I'm rounding the corners and stuff because I have to stick my tongue out and hold my mouth a certain way to be able to do it. Intuitive art. Let's see. Oh. Well, Lori, you have the most organized seat of your pants that I've ever seen. You always seem like you've got a goal or a plan in mind. Oh, there. Okay. Well, 20 minutes is planned. That's a little bit of a plan. Yeah, I like that, Juju. Intuitive art. Whatever the muse gives us in the moment. I don't think I've told y'all, but usually my husband and I go to bed about 9:30, 10 o'clock every night. And so on the nights that I can get to bed in time, that's when I get to watch Juju. But usually I'm laying there watching y'all and just relaxing and chilling and y'all are the ones that put me to sleep every night. Not, I didn't mean it that way. Y'all are the ones that soothe me to sleep every night. That's a better way to say it. It's spring break here in Arkansas, and it's still kind of light. I mean, there's a little bit of haze and darkness out there, but just light enough with the street lights and stuff. I can hear the kids next door playing basketball out in the street. That just warms my heart to hear kids outside playing. So many kids these days stay in with the computers, and parents are afraid to let them go out and all that. But I like hearing them out there on the street. Makes me happy. See, I'm done several with those. I think I'm going to go back to, I'm not a fan of yellow, but I've got a lot of people in club that like yellow. So I think I'm going to go back to these, cut some of these out. Yeah, Lori soothes us all to sleep. Yeah, it's the time of year for treat holders. With, I intended to make some for St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't make it to club last month. I wasn't feeling good and I hadn't slept that night. My back was bothering me, so I didn't make anything and didn't get anything made. Now I'm kind of getting in a rhythm of this and I'm forgetting to talk to y'all. You have such a soothing voice and you're so calm and just, I don't know, it's very relaxing. No one has ever told me I'm soothing. I'm hyper and loud and yeah. I probably need to be the 8 a.m. and wake everybody up person. And I know if I had planned this out, I would have mass made these a lot better, like done all my cutting at once. And it's like I'm making one tag 20 times instead of making 20 tags one time. I'm usually better at planning it out and having at least a more organized approach to making this many things. Tonight it's kind of fun just to wing it. Yeah, sometimes I never know how things turn out. I have to go back and look. I've also fallen asleep with my phone like hitting my face, and then Lori will have gone off, and it's just like the next thing playing or whatever, and I'm like, what was that? How did I get to this? Last thing I would remember was Lori picking out some bling. Let's see. What goes good with that yellow? Yellow and blue? Be a pretty combination. So my YouTube playlist is a hot mess. It's everything from mostly crafting and recipes and that kind of stuff. But then I also, like, I've got the mental health stuff. And so I watch a lot of things on like child abuse and endangerment. And I watch the police shows where they're catching people and all that. Yeah, my YouTube channel's all over the place. And so I never know what's going to pop up next in like a short or a reel. Is it going to be somebody cooking a peach cobbler, or is it going to be somebody busting in the front door? Police raiding a house or something. So if I fall asleep and not know what's going on, there's no telling what I'm going to wake up to. All right. I just can't make myself do that sideways. I don't think I can do it. What do y'all think? I think I'm going to have to sacrifice that piece. I don't think it's going to get made into anything. Ooh, oh, that'd be cute. A little pocket. I have got a ton of Easter dies, like to cut jelly beans that you can paper piece, and grass and all that kind of stuff. I think I need to roll this one because that glue didn't go all the way to the edge. So that would be really cute to make a little pocket on the back and then have like maybe a little Easter bunny or a cross, since it's a prayer, a Jesus prayer, a little cross on the back that could stick in there. That's a good idea. And the paper I printed these on. Now I did print like these with on the colored. That is my good Stampin' Up! Cardstock. But the white that these others are on, that's just like I keep a good quality printer paper. But it's literally just printer paper. And then I've got the cheap stuff that I use for other things. But this is what I would print like a professional letter or something on, or some of my worksheets and agendas when I do my classes. So it's not like a real expensive paper or anything. So I don't necessarily mind sacrificing a little bit out of it. Especially when it's something that I know I'm going to be gluing to cardstock. Oops, I got that off center. I don't mind using the like this, when I know I'm going to be putting it on good cardstock, I don't mind using the other paper. I just keep coming back to the bunnies and the dots. I just don't know when else I'd use them except for this. So I think this is a good time to use them up. Ooh. Palm leaf. I don't think I do. Would that, does the fern dye that's just coming out from Stampin' Up, the one that you've been using, is that, Would that be close enough to a palm leaf? That would probably be the closest thing I would be aware of. Let's see. I am going to put this the other way so that the bunnies aren't upside down on the front. I just noticed that. There we go. Don't want bunnies standing on their head on the front. Oh, a belly band? Yep. Yep, that would work. That would work. Let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Here's that yellow one I made. 4. That's for the 4 for tomorrow. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will make 7. So I got 13 more to go. That's not a bad start. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Palm Sunday. That's right. But that would be a good idea for them. Y'all are so creative. See, this is why this is going to be fun. This is fun. I think I'm going to finish up this one that I've got cut out. And then I think I'm going to sign off because I'm getting hot. I did not bring a Diet Dr. Pepper in here. And I don't know how I got away with that. I live on Diet Dr. Pepper. My blood to Diet Dr. Pepper ratio is getting off. So I'm going to have to go get something to drink and go to the bathroom. And then it's going to be time for Juju to take over. Yeah, only 13 more to go. Only 13 more to go. The ladies in the card club, most of them don't do, I call this like a 3D project or a tag project or something. I do a lot of the 3D stuff, more than cards. And so they usually will make everybody a card for the holidays, and then I usually do some type of treat bag. So and that one fit. Ooh, that'll just fit if I hold my mouth right. If I hold my mouth right, that'll fit. Ooh, yes, that was just perfect. Barely made it, barely made it. Yeah, there's water in Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh, Allie's the water drinker? Okay. Good job, Allie. I love people who drink water. And it's not that I don't like water. It's just that I really like Diet Dr. Pepper. I really like it. And Lori's the water drinker, except Tippy Cow. Yep. I did find where I can get that Tippy Cow delivered to Arkansas. I got to figure out which one I want to try and place an order. But I finally found a place that will ship it to Arkansas. We still have so many dry counties, and there's still a lot of, I guess you call it prohibition type laws on the books, that it's hard to get alcohol down here sometimes. Trim this off a little bit more. Not in Wisconsin. Coffee in the morning. Yep. The only time I like coffee is if it's black coffee with a really good like piece of cake or something. Some like really sweet, rich dessert. Otherwise, my coffee is more of a milkshake. Like I put so much creamer and other stuff in it, there's not enough coffee to call it coffee. Awesome. I am well on my way to having these knocked out. I'll get to work on them a little bit more tomorrow and tomorrow night. I'm probably not going to do a live tomorrow night because, like I said, we're going out with my friends, and I'm not sure when we'll get back. But I think I will plan to do another one on Friday night, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure out something between now and then. Hey, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, Allie, a lot of Arkansas is still dry counties. Yep, 8 o'clock Central is going to be my standard time. And then I think I'm going to try to get to where I'm doing them every night except Tuesdays. But we'll see if I get consistent enough to do them every night. Bonnie, so glad you joined us. Yes, I'm down here in Conway. Now you're Branson, right? I think we chat and hang out in Juju's lives. But this was the project that we were making tonight. It's a jelly bean tag, a gift tag for Easter. Let me get one up here to show you. It's got the little jelly bean prayer, and I'm making them into tags to put on the bags of jelly beans. And this is a free download in my Ko-fi shop. So if you look at the description for my channel, not for the video, but the description for my channel, you'll see the Ko-fi shop, coffee shop, whatever, however you pronounce it. And then you can print this off and you can make them as well. That's what we were talking about earlier. Juju and Lori are the ones that kind of rock us to sleep every night. Sometimes I fall asleep and then wake up in time for Lori's. Like I'll have to go to the bathroom or something, so I'll wake up again. But we've been sitting here tonight making a whole mess of these jelly bean prayer tags for Easter. And I think I'm coming to the end because, as we said, I've got to get... Oh, Allie, see, you're like me. There was a part of my OCD that was going to count out all the jelly beans and make sure every bag had at least one of every color. But I felt like I was handling them too much. And so I decided just to stick the tag on it and be happy. But my OCD did say, is there one of every color in there? I also was worried, like, when I was looking at the jelly beans, I did pick a bag that showed me the different colors so I could make sure there was different ones in there that was at least close. And this one didn't have a blue, but I couldn't find anything that had blue except the spiced ones, and I don't like spice. So, yeah, you're thinking like me if you're thinking about that everything's got to match up. Yeah, it's not just you. I love Jelly Bellies, but you know, making a lot of these, I kind of made a decision based on price, and these are the Brock's Classic, and I could buy them in a bigger bag, and it was cheaper. The only Jelly Bellies I saw were like the smaller bags, and I was going to have to buy a lot more, I felt like. So I opted for the cheaper, bigger bag. But I don't, other than spiced jelly beans, I don't know of any jelly beans that would go to waste in our house. My husband loves them. And I like most of them. There's a couple that I don't like, but. Oh, all jelly beans. Let's see. You can get blue rabbit eggs. Oh, yeah, those rabbit eggs are good. A little bit of chocolate with them. All jelly beans are Jelly Bellies. Oh, yeah, robin eggs. Yep, robin eggs. My favorite are the buttered popcorn. Is that the Jelly Bellies, the buttered popcorn? Oh, I could eat those by the bagful. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me. I so appreciate y'all being here, especially Juju and Lori and Allie. Y'all been around from the beginning. I met y'all in the lives, and like I said, Juju and Lori are the reason I'm even doing this. So I so appreciate the support, and I will plan to see y'all Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And like I said, go get the free download if you want to make some of the tags, and I hope you enjoy it. And just, if you make some, let us see how they turned out. So y'all have a great evening, and I will see y'all probably in just a little bit in Juju's show. Bye, y'all. Look.